this week's show, we travel to Toronto for the gala evening for the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation. We visit the schools to see how the rentrée went. And some lucky young players from ASM Rugby get to meet a legend, François Pinard. First, we head to Canada and Toronto, where, on the eve of the International Toronto Film Festival, a gala evening to raise funds for the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation was organised. The Sovereign Prince had made the trip with many international figures, such as boxer Louis Lennox and actors James Franco, Martin Short and Danny Trejo, just to name a few. All of them support Prince Albert II's actions to protect the environment.
I think it is a hugely important worldwide issue, and it's wonderful that Prince Albert is understanding that. Most European countries do.
During his visit, Prince Albert II also took part in a meeting of the Board of Directors of Students on Ice, which has been organising unique educational expeditions in the Arctic and the Antarctic for 15 years now. Each year, 2 Monegasque students take part in the programme, a fantastic opportunity for the younger generation to discover and at the same time help develop greater respect for our planet. For the first time ever, the gala evening of the Princess Grace USA Foundation, which is usually organised in America, took place in the Cour d'honneur of the Princely Palace. Around 300 guests were there for the Foundation's award ceremony. Robert Redford and his wife were also present to receive the Rainier III Award for their exceptional contribution to the world of arts and philanthropy.
I think my commitment in life is really art and nature. And art speaks for itself, for the work I've done in film and so forth. But in nature, I was a child growing up in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles was a very beautiful city when I was a child. And after the Second World War ended, everything changed, and it became overdeveloped, and it lost its identity.
Cary Fukunaga, who has produced the very successful True Detective series, amongst other things, received the Princess Grace Award. The Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation supported him a few years ago as he was starting his career. The Princess Grace USA Foundation has been rewarding and supporting emerging talents in the fields of theatre, dance and cinema for 30 years now. It was time for the Principality's children to head back to school last week, 1 week after the French pupils were back in their own classrooms. 5,850 children discovered their new schools and teachers. A big moment for them perhaps, but on this day it is probably the parents who are most stressed. We're maybe a bit stressed, but happy. We're changing buildings, changing levels, they're starting writing and reading, so it's an important stage. Are the parents a bit stressed in this situation? Yes, always more than the children. For older students, it was more of a formality, all of them having high hopes for this last year at lycée. They immortalised the moment with a class photo, but the aim is to obtain their baccalaureate in June 2016. It was a good start to the year for everyone. François Pinard was the captain of the South African rugby team in 1995 when they won the World Cup. His life story, linked to that of Nelson Mandela, is the subject of a film called Invictus. He recently paid a visit to the young players of the AS Monaco Rugby Club. They were able to train with him, as well as talk to him and take photos with him. Pinard was joined by other rugby stars such as Aubin Hubert and Yannick Jauzion, who played for France.
That's the future, the more kids that play sport, the better for the education. I always say that sport is a wonderful educator because it teaches you to work hard, to earn respect. You will win and you will lose, but especially in rugby, it's how you play together as a team that will make you successful or not. So to spend time with children is always fun for me, and that's the next generation. And to also spend time with previous great rugby players of France and across the globe is special.
Visits by such high-level players show how much things are moving in the Principality, and rugby is growing thanks to training for the younger generations. And all these young boys will be able to dream again soon, but in front of their TV this time, as the Rugby World Cup starts on the 18th of September. Time to go. See you next week.
Merci.